Everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name's Josh. Today we're talking about Bonnie Ho-Ho, or the Hoellein. I guess she's bored and made a video about what happened to Bali. And I think Bali, not the place, Bali, B-O-L-L-I-E, is a business she started with her sisters. We know what happened to Bali. Let's talk about it. Who likes my new drink holder? It's awesome. It's at the dollar store. You got little handles where their arms are. It's nice. It is nice. Let's be real. You want this. It's called a puffin. That's the back of the jacket. That's the front. It's cute. Not gonna lie. Anyway, so Bonnie Ho-Ho here is a dingleberry. We don't like her. But she's a dying channel on YouTube. At one point, she was making so much money, like her sisters. I think Bonnie was not the biggest creator in the family, second biggest next to 8 Passengers, but she was making cash. Like, she was making money until everything went down with Ruby Franke, which destroyed their whole family. By the way, Ruby, good. I'm not saying good to destroy family, but good to destroy this family vlogging part of the family. Right? Everything crapped out. I think the other sister, I forget her name, Ellie maybe, is like doesn't even show the kids anymore, barely even shows anything. But you can't tell Bonnie Hoellein what you can and cannot do. She will not be told what you can do or what you can't tell her to do. Like she'd rather just cry on the camera. Long views versus short is unavailable. Negative views detected in the last 28 days due to video removal. Uh-oh. What videos is she removing? It won't even show me. She's not making any money. She's totally toast. She deleted a whole bunch of videos. Subscribers haven't gone up in, they've gone down in a year. So she grew. So when this thing started tracking, she was at 1.39 million. Then she went up to 1.4 million, which is 10,000 subscribers. Yeah, I think. Or was that 100,000? I'm stupid. 10,000. And then she dropped back down. So this is a literal dying channel. So the long views for the life of the channel is 889 million, which is absolutely bonkers. They've made so much money. That's why she's sitting in a mansion crying all the time. But yeah, she's kind of done. Like, really done. No sub growth, nothing. 1.39 million followers. And then every YouTube channel has a life, and here, my channel will be the same way in 5 years probably. I'll probably get like 8 views. That's just how it works sometimes. That's why I'm constantly trying to figure out what's next for me, which is awesome. Because family vlogging, thank the Lord, is kind of on its way out. But I've seen a slight reemergence, though. I've seen a little bit of a shift in people being like, okay, well, we've talked about how bad it is. Now there's a bunch of people out there being like, no, this is fine, because it's now popular to have the position that child exploitation is wrong. And so now there's like the dissenters are like, no, it's not. It's not wrong. You can't tell me what to do. There's always going to be those people. And they exist on TikTok, by the way. Social Blade will tell me how many views she deleted. So she's deleted 1.3 million views off her channel. I wonder what video that was. A couple of videos, maybe. Yeah, so over the weekly average, 203,000, month 30. So because the math isn't mathing, she's down. So she must be so mad, dude. She must be so mad, because this is how they make their money. Like, she was the breadwinner. So, I mean, I know Joel can build houses and stuff. It's likely what he's doing now. Probably getting into home building and all that kind of stuff and being a contractor or whatever. But like, this is you love to see it. I love to see it. There are so many family vloggers out there that at one point were making literally millions of dollars, and now they are making almost nothing. I mean, still decent, probably makes a couple grand, $5,000 a month, which is not nothing. Don't get me wrong. $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month. She has a big Instagram, still making good money. But these people once were, remember that family Mormons that went to like their funeral and they were making billions of views, and now they're making tens of thousands. It's awesome. It's just, you love to see it. I've been doing this for 5 years now, and we're sitting to see the payoff. Even this is how we bing them. Had to leave their dream house for a second mansion, but just It's dying. People are getting over it, growing out of it, and they're starting to see that child exploitation is wrong, and they're just not watching it anymore. It's awesome. You love to see it. Hello? Yeah, Duckerty? You hear that? Yeah, your team is almost up. Okay, babe. Douche. Let me get some of this Celsius. I've been trying some of these zero sugar energy drinks. This one says, I can't read. Yeah, I'm getting old. Peach Vibe Celsius. Wait, is this one sugar free? I don't know if it is. I don't even know. It's not good. I love the Rockstar fruit punches. So if any of you guys have an idea, whether if you take energy drinks, I just generally don't like diet tasting stuff, but I'll have it, okay? Because my Rockstar fruit punch, it's the only thing that gets me going, and that and coffee. But coffee gives me the shits. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm just kind of like not trying to prolapse my anus while I'm down here working. But what energy drinks do you... And don't tell me Alani, because Alani tastes like shit. I don't care what anybody says. It is disgusting. There's something in... and it's popular, I get it, so there are people who like it. I think it tastes gross. So consider that when giving me your favorites down below in the comments, okay? Consider that Alani tastes like balls to me, okay? I've never tasted balls, but I'm assuming that's what balls taste like. Okay, give me something that, like, is there a monster out there that tastes like, oh, you gotta try this? Because you people down in Florida, you know how good you have it, because you have this drink called Tahitian Treat. It used to be called Tahiti Treat, and we used to have it here. We do not have it here anymore, and I don't like. Canada can't have anything good, guns or Tahiti Treat or anything. Can't protect our property, can't have but we can have 100-hour wait times in the hospital. But where was I going with that? Yeah, Tahiti Treat. If you're in Florida or a southern state, go look at your Walmart or whatever for Tahitian Treat. Okay? It is the most delicious drink on planet Earth, and Rockstar Fruit Punch is the closest I can get here to it. Okay? And if you feel the need to send me cases of Tahitian Treat, I will also send you things in return. You know what I'm saying? Not news, but like candy and stuff and t-shirts. Just saying. It's expensive to ship things of cans of beverages, though. I get it. Anyway, all that to say, I have no idea what all that to say is. Something about, give me your favorite energy drink. That's what it was. Because Bonnie. Nothing to do with Bonnie at all. Zero to do. All right, let's get into this video and make fun of her, because it's going to be fun.
Well, good morning. Here is where I sit when I have Zoom calls, and so I'm like, this is a pretty good spot to sit down and film a video, so here we are.
There's that shelf she took 14 years to clean. Remember that video? It was like 30 minutes to clean a shelf. I could never work with this woman. Oh my! Even like my wife and I, right? We try not to put together IKEA furniture together because we're not compatible. We can't work together well. If I'm trying to do something, and this is just the truth of it. She's probably listening right now. Okay, it's the truth of it, and I'm partially to blame. Okay, I'm partially to blame. Is that she has to know every step of the process instead of me just being like, "Can you hand me that drill?" And she's like, "For what?" I'm like, "Because I need the drill," but she needs to know the steps. So she needs to know that she's gonna hand me the drill, and then I'm gonna take that drill and I'm gonna screw this piece of wood into the wall. She needs to know that whole process before she hands me the drill. Okay. Or like, we're moving this thing. Where are we moving into? Don't worry about it. Just help me lift it up and I'll just follow me. No, she has to know the destination. Now, some of you out there are going to be like, Josh, she's right. And I get it. But that's not how I work. All I need, if you're helping me, I just need a helperton. Okay? Just, here's what I need you to do. Just do what I say. Okay? And don't worry about the rest. I'll take care of it. Because I'm that kind of helperton. Right? If I'm helping my friends with their construction or whatever, and I'm just there, what do you need? Boom, you need a piece of wood, cut at this. Here you go. I don't need to know specifics. What do you need from me? I'll give you that thing. I don't need to know backstories and freaking future things and plans. I just like, that's what you need. Or I can anticipate too. I'm very good at this. I'm very good at anticipating what you need in your hand next, especially if I'm working with my buddies who do construction. Like they get, when I used to help Mark with his house, we put up the thing. Oh, I noticed that he needs his nailer. I'm there holding it before he even reaches his hand out for the nailer. I can anticipate what you need. Okay? My wife. Nope. But she's a nurse and she's really good at that. So she's good at things, just not helping me with things. Where was I going with that? I forget. Something about Bonnie, though, being not a helper.
Gosh, it's so weird. I don't know how to, like, start this.
Oh, the shelf cleaning thing. I could never work with her because she's probably the slowest ass, snail ass, sloth ass, mofo. Probably takes her 100 years to vacuum her house.
Video. I need to change my Instagram bio. And that's
my god, dear. Okay.
It's pretty simple, pretty superficial. I don't know, but this has been something that it's really painful for me to change. My Instagram bio currently takes me back to 5 years ago. Things were going so well.
Were they until what? She hates Ruby. Everybody hates Ruby, and I get that. But the silver lining of Ruby's disgusting evil behavior is that it literally just like brought a humongous, massive spotlight to child exploitation, which is what Micah Stauffer did too at her point. There's been two major events, I think, in the family vlogging world. One, again, Micah Stauffer adopting a Chinese kid from China with medical issues and all these kinds of things and rehoming him, literally just Facebook rehoming him. And then I think Ruby. Ruby's a big one. There's Daddy 05, which is a big one as well. Again, there's probably been a bunch. There's been a bunch. And you got Dr. Dozen with Spaghetti Gate and Sandwich Gate. There's been, every channel has its own mini moment where there's like these like core memories that will never go away for certain people. Emily Kaiser, things like that. With them, it's Ruby Franke. Even though she's not to blame at all for what Ruby did, she's taken the brunt of it. It's awesome because she made it about herself multiple times. And some of the things that she's done on her channel have reflected who Ruby was too. And that's why people don't like her, because they're like, well, you're just like Ruby. And now when Ruby gets caught for doing the stupid things she did, and we're looking back on those stupid things she did before the craziness at the end, you were just like her, if not worse. And that's why people don't like Bonnie. That's why she's crying.
And I was really, really proud of everything that I had in my bio.
Oh my god, not your bio. How do they bend their pinkies like that? How do you bend your pinky like that?
A place that so many people get to know who you are when they first come across your page. This is where brands go to see what you're all about. And it was a really big sense of accomplishment.
What are you all about, Bonnie? Being a dink? Burn.
For me. If you look at it, the very first thing on there is co-owner Bali brand. Oh my god.
Oh my god, you guys, Bali brand. What is Bali brand? It's inclusive lounge. Why do all of them start a loungewear brand? Why don't you do something cool and start like a welding company or something, landscaping? Why is it loungewear? And it's always bullshit from China that catches fire. Like, is it because it's cheap to do and it's easy? I guess. But this is Bali brand, 66,000 followers. Here's Bonnie and her Bali brand. Damn it! So Bali brand is just basically shitty pajamas. Bali brand is a failure brand. More like balls brand. Burn. Balls. A lot of balls going on today.
Gosh, this is so silly. I really thought I was going to
You are silly. You silly little Mormon.
be just fine doing this video. Co-owner Bali.
Is she crying because she doesn't sell shitty pajamas anymore? Is that what she's crying about? Is there nothing that she won't cry about? Stop crying, big baby.
Brand. That was
Grow a pair. Put your big girl panties on and your freaking Mormon underwear and just, move on with life. Speaking of Mormon underwear. Speaking of Mormon underwear. So apparently, let me see if we can find it. Early Mormons lining up for the one-piece romper garments with short sleeves. I'm watching this show called American Primeval, by the way, with Taylor Kitsch, who I love. Taylor Kitsch, Canadian boy. Apparently such a good guy too. Like, he does really good things. I just like him as an actor. I just really, really enjoy him. He's so good. I loved him in Friday Night Lights. Man, he got to make out with, Minka Kelly, even if it was on camera. Still. Okay, I'm saying. Yeah, he's in American Primeval. American Primeval, if you didn't know, it's about when Brigham Young was the what do you call that? Not the senator, the whatever, the other one. You're senators and you have other ones. Anyway, apparently he was a tyrant. Like, they were like breaking laws and killing people, murdering people. Like, there was wars, and Brigham Young was in the middle of it all, just so you guys are aware. And people hated Mormons. Even back then, they hated Mormons. People, I know this is a TV show and it's dramatized, but even people back then were like, Mormons are crazy, yo. They're crazy. Undergarment upgrades bring many Mormon women comfort and joy. Comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of new underwear. The church, which has more than 17 million members worldwide, is an all-male priesthood. The highest-ranking women serve on councils that sit several layers of leadership below groups reserved only for men. Obviously, it's a patriarchal religion. Anyway, they have these new garments. New garments draw long lines at Utah stores. The church's home state of Utah, lines for the new garments resembled those of Black Friday sales. A line of mostly women, obviously, with blue shopping baskets snaked through one church-affiliated Deseret bookstore. So you can't think about Mormons, everybody. It's such a grift, and it's so smart. Okay? There are 17 million Mormons. You cannot get the holy undergarments that are stamped with these little white... I have some here somewhere. I don't know if I threw them out or not. But you can have this little logo on them, so you can hardly see it. But that logo is basically the halal version of, Mormonism. So if it doesn't have that little thing, if it's not made by this company, it's not holy. I'm not even joking you. Okay? If you don't get it from the Deseret bookstore in Salt Lake City, or their stores from the Mormon Church who capitalizes on this, they're not holy. They it's like, because you didn't buy them from the Mormon Church, they don't work. There's no spiritual protection. But it's not just spiritual protection. Mormon's magical underwear is about modesty. And then I guess it's like you're to remember that you're a Mormon, basically. You're holy or whatever you think you are, except for mom talk. Anyway, all that to say, it shouldn't matter who makes it. If it's just a reminder that's touching your skin to say, look, I'm modest and I like this and I'm Joseph Smith, blah blah blah. Why does it need to be bought bought from them? It's the biggest grift, and it's hilarious because each Mormon family, not only do they have lots of kids in their family generally, right? They have to have a pair for every day. It's like they are underwear. So you got to have at least 7 pairs, and some of them must have way more than that. And they're not cheap, everybody. Okay, so they're milking 17 million Mormons for these magical underwear to the tune of 5 to 6, 7 pairs per person in the family. And I don't think kids have to wear them, but you have to wear them when you're an adult, right? And you have to buy them from them. So the modesty thing went out the window when they changed and this is the whole thing with Mormon. I know I'm going on a tangent, but I love making fun of Mormons and how stupid, low IQ, moronic they are, okay? Most of you are nice who are following me who are Mormon. I know I know they're nice people. Don't get me wrong. Mormons are nice people, and they are brought up with like at least some biblical standards of being nice neighbors and help. I don't know if they help people because they have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars that they hoard. So I don't think they actually help people, but you know what I mean? They're nice to people, generally. They're nice people, safe neighborhoods and things like that, I guess, whatever. But all that to say, it's bullshit and it's heretical and you're like leading people straight to hell. So that's the thing. That's not good. Anyway, where was I going with all that? The modesty thing. The Mormons change like with the wind. The thing about the Bible, if you want to talk about the Bible, Christianity versus Mormonism, is that God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. The Bible doesn't change. There's no changing of what it means. It is what it means. You can do deep studies on what it means, but people are trying to change what the Bible means. They're like, oh yeah, no, it's too cool to do these things. It's not. It's never been. The Bible has been the way it was. It is God-breathed scripture. It is inerrant. There's nothing that can. That's what I believe. Okay, that's what I'm saying. And that's what Christians believe in general. Whereas the Mormon church is like, oh my gosh, we were racist until 1978. Whoops, our bad. Let's change the rules. Right? They've changed so many of their major rules over the years because it doesn't fit anymore. People have like, okay, well, this doesn't make any sense. You're not supposed to have tea and coffee because at the time tea and coffee was a bad thing or whatever. It was people were addicted to it. And so like, don't have that. But you can have caffeine now and you can have swig, but they still kept the tea and coffee thing. It's so silly. Okay, they change even their planetary celestial kingdom bullshit. They change that. Their main guy, whatever the guy is at the head of it, the bishop or whatever his name is, he can just willy-nilly change their hermeneutics, change their theology to fit because people might be leaving or asking questions. So he's like, you know what? Let's get together with our quorum of 12 or whatever they are. Let's just change shit, which is what they did here. They changed the garments so that you could show your shoulders now. And women who are so stupid, I'm sorry, Mormons, you are dumb to believe this shit, okay? You're so stupid, are lining up around the block to get some so you can show some more skin. Just show your skin. Mormon women, I'll give you this, are some of the most beautiful women in the U.S., okay? If I went to Utah, I'd be like, I remember I was in an airport once, and there was just a bunch of Mormon people there, and I'm like, and I knew this girl. I wish I could tell you the story about this girl I knew in college. this Mormon girl who was like, anyway, Mormon girls are beautiful generally, not Bonnie, but most. Anyway, so the whole thing with the Mormon culture is that they just continue to change everything to fit a narrative that doesn't make any sense. They are not the same. And the thing that pisses me off that they claim to be Christian, but no, you can't. You cannot keep changing your theology to fit a narrative now that doesn't fit back then. A lot of people will use that in the Bible too. They'll say, like, back in the day, you weren't allowed to have mixed fabrics and this and that. It was a culture and a time, right? Nothing has changed. That was still a culture and the time. But Mormonism changes. Except for the coffee thing, because that was a culture on time. Let them drink coffee, man. So anyway, I know I was getting a little theological there, but Mormons are dumb, that's what I'm saying. You're low IQ if you believe this bullshit. And here's the problem, is that none of them will actually dig. I saw a post yesterday that one of their main guys got up and said, if you want to know anything about the Mormon church, do not Google it. He's like telling you, don't Google it. Don't Google us, because you're going to be disappointed, and you're going to wake up. He literally told his members, don't Google the Mormon church. So that means you should probably Google it.
The very first thing I had on there. And then the second thing that I had on there is ebook, griffithscookbook.com. And then
is that still there?
Third
feed Bonnie
thing that really identified me at the time. We were doing so much travel. Home travels and Hoellein 13. That was our house build hashtag. And then obviously my YouTube link. Those were my identifiers. And I think the reason that it has taken me so long to change my bio is because...
Why are you crying? Bonnie, shut up. You're bawling about nothing. She's such a loser.
Because I don't want to not identify with those things.
Just change your theology then. She's crying about this shit. Is so funny. There are people in the States right now who have lost their ability to feed their children. Okay, and it's so heartbreaking to watch this as someone who grew up and needed assistance. I mean, we can argue all day long about the people who waste it and who are wrong about it, but there are millions and millions of people who need it. Okay, and this woman is out here crying about having to remove links from her bio. In her mansion that her kids bought from exploitation, with fresh flowers everywhere. You gotta be fun. You Bonnie, bring it in. Bring it on in here, Bonnie. You donut. You're a donut. I need you to know that. A Mormon donut.
And I think moving on, I haven't been able...
You imagine being her husband? I mean, what are you crying about now?
...to change those things in there because I haven't felt ready to move on from them, I guess. Even though my voice is shaking and I'm kind of crying, it's because I haven't, put thought to it. This has always been in the back of my brain, and sometimes...
I have a brain, don't lie.
When I do sit-down videos, I have, notes of things I want to talk about. I didn't do any of those things. I literally just sat down.
Because you're running out of shit to talk about, Chin. That's why. She has nothing left. Brings a tear to the eye.
It's just...
To her eyes.
I thought, it'll come to me. Whatever I want to say, it's going to come to me. I need to change my bio. My life looks a whole lot different than it did 5 years ago.
Yeah, again, you're still more privileged than anybody, most people, actually. Your life looks a lot different how, just because you can't make a ton of money on social media, but you still live in a mansion that social media paid for. Likely bought. I mean, I don't think they have a massive mortgage on this. I think they bought the land and then just paid for piece by piece by piece by piece so they didn't have massive debt, which is smart. Don't get me wrong. But again, it's the house that child exploitation paid for. And so she's living in a mansion complaining that her life is different because her store doesn't make any money and the cookbook website is down. Bonnie, shut up.
And I just feel like I can't take these things out until I address them. And I think...
So it's a funeral for links, is it?
Therapeutically, sitting down and making a video about it is going to be really awesome for me. And also...
for us too, because we can make fun of you.
I have been shown so much support in those areas, and so I didn't want...
Have you? Then why are they gone?
want to just erase it and not address it, because to this day I get people asking do you have any robes anywhere that I could sell? Do you have any
buy, you mean?
Used robes that you don't use anymore that I could buy from you? I never got...
You do not want to use a robe from Bonnie, okay? I promise you that. Dead skin cells and things.
A chance to buy them from you, and I really, really want to. And if you watch my vlogs, you will see that I still, to this day, wear my robe every day. And it's one of the original robes. And so it's been around, and yeah, that was... It was such a good piece.
Wow, it's a robe. Relax.
One of the reasons I built this house is because we were
You didn't build shit.
renting spaces for Bali brand, which is a brand that me and my sister created together.
My sister and I.
We were constantly renting out places to do photo shoots in, and we were looking for like who has a really beautiful home that we could do pictures in. And Ellie was, at the time she was building, or maybe I can't remember if she had started building yet or not. We had decided, let's just build our own homes. Like,
did you build a home to take pictures of robes? Is that what you're telling us right now? Is that what you're saying? You stupid idiot. And you shut the store down because your sister ruined everything. You ruined everything, Ruby!
I needed a little more space because I needed an office. We were constantly having samples in, people over, meetings, and I genuinely had a need for an office. And so I thought...
No, you didn't. You can meet in your living room. You can meet at your kitchen table. You do not need an office. Don't be so silly. Don't be so silly. It's clothing from China. You don't need it.
You know, I'm going to build my own house. And I was toying...
You didn't build shit.
...with the idea of doing like a photography studio that I could rent out to people, which was kind of the idea in the shop. We were going to kind of do something like that in the shop. Maybe we thought about putting our warehouse in the shop, like moving the warehouse into our shop here. So we had some like big ideas to move forward with.
And then Ruby wrecked everything.
Falling out and growing. And so now
I love it.
In the home, there were the placement of the windows, the certain walls that were nice, big, and flat. We were going to utilize those for photo shoots. When I was designing the home, I had Bali in mind the whole time. I have an office that was going to be dedicated to Bali. The guest room, I always envisioned having one of everything.
What does this have to do with the brand?
That we owned, one in every size, so that when company or guests came over, they could just kind of shop in the closet, or if they had something that they forgot, they could always just put a robe on. That like consumed my brain when I was building the home.
You weren't building the home. And why was that consuming your brain? Literally, you have children to take care of, you have a family, and what consumed your brain was, I need an office space for robes. For loungewear that was all consuming. So Joel had to build this whole thing, and then now it's gone.
And so to sit here now, the office is empty, the guest closet is empty, and no photo shoots are being done.
Ruby's selfishness. Good. You know what? Good. Not good, because the things that had to happen for all these things to take place was literally kids had to have their lives ruined. It took children having to have their lives. Again, if you think about this video for a second, again, she's just complaining more and more and more about what she has lost through this, and has yet to ever even say anything about the kids that she's never probably gonna ever see again. Just doesn't give a shit. It's always about Bonnie. Get you someone who loves you like Bonnie loves Bonnie.
That was something that was really hard to move into the home and always have on my mind, that I had to mourn, that I've had to move through and past. So to give you
don't mourn shit.
Kind of a timeline of events, and this is why I also haven't wanted to sit down and talk about it.
She mourned more over a clothing company that she lost and a cookbook website than her literal nieces and nephews.
Involve my older sister, and I don't want to talk about her. I don't want to think about her, and so it is kind of hard to share this part, but it's part of the story. We had a few launches under our belt, and we were gearing up for our biggest launch yet. This was leading into
socks.
COVID. This is part of the story, so I'm going to share it with you. We each put in a lump sum into Bali to get it going. Whatever we put into the business in the beginning, we bought inventory, we sold inventory, made a profit, and then used the profits to buy more. And then we
Thanks for teaching us business. Thanks, Bunny.
sold all of that, which we made more. And so it was just kind of this little snowball. We had our latest launch that we did all of our research and development for. We were in the process of getting our samples made, and then COVID hit. Everything stopped. So at this point, we spent money, we don't have anything to sell, and everyone was at a standstill. About the same time is when Ruby cut us all off. That really threw us personally for a loop. So the business was thrown in for a loop because of COVID.
How could Bonnie cut you off if you guys are all equal partners? Just be like, well, piss off, biatch. Here's your part that you put in. Get wrecked and get out of here. Ruby has destroyed so much, and it's insane. Like, I hope she spends 30 years in prison. I really, really do. And I think, honestly, she's going to get out next November.
Our personal lives were thrown through a loop because of my sister, and it was bad. That was a really hard time, and from then...
The takeaway from what Ruby did was that the business didn't work anymore. That's what she's talked about right now. That's what she's talking about. Not that there were children who were literally tortured. That's... No. We cannot sell our shitty pajamas like Tyrant, right?
There was no
Bonnie. Like, think about what you're saying. Stop being such a jerk.
communication until the day she was arrested. But, well, and I still haven't had any communication, but like, we didn't know anything until she was arrested. And somewhere close in there
Don't lie.
is when Ellie moved to St. George. So there was...
How do they all get to claim that they didn't know anything was going on? Well, we didn't know. I don't believe you, man. The neighbors knew, and they're not family. Like, Sherry probably told you. So I don't believe you. Kevin also claiming ignorance. No, man. 13 months without seeing your children? No excuses. Zero excuses. I don't care if your wife's a tyrant. At that point, you're divorcing and you want your kid, you want to get the rights to your children. Kevin doesn't deserve his children. He's a piece of shit and already remarried, because that's all that matters to that guy. That's insane to me. This guy abandoned his children, and the only thing he's focused on after everything went down was finding another wife that looks just like Ruby, by the way. That, man, karma's coming for that douche. He is TK Smoothie Outer Darkness material. That's for sure. Damn, this family is so messed up. And again, more evidence that anything that you see online is always fake. Always. It's usually disgusting like this.
all these pieces that were kind of hard to... It just made it impossible to be able to run Bali. If you look back at the Bali TikTok that we started, I remember I was like, I've got to like post something, but I can't get myself out of bed. It was kind of a joke, not even like a joke, but I think people would interpret it as kind of like a joke of me just like sitting in my robe on my bed. And like, that was the TikTok, but I remember it was such a, like, it was everything I could do to even just do that.
Oh my God, you're gonna be okay. It was everything to do a picture on my bed. Like, right? Thoughts and prayers. I was a strong #boss mom. Boss bitch. Shut up, Bonnie. Dumbass. Listen to this woman. It was so hard for me to take modeling pictures for my company while my nieces and nephews were being tortured in Arizona. You know, me. Has anybody thought about me taking pictures in my robe for the business and how hard that was for me? You guys aren't even considering me in all of that. Bonnie, you gotta hear yourself. There's no way that this woman is real. There's no way that we're in a simulation. Something's happening. This is a Black Mirror episode.
I'll just speak for myself. I had nothing left in me to give. It was really hard to care about that, because at the time it was kind of just like a side thing.
But you still did it, so spare us. I didn't care, but I still did care. You know what you care about? Green chairs. That's what you should care about.
And so literally it just went the way of the wind. We eventually sold all of our inventory, and we just never put anything back into it. And that's just where it left off, which was really sad, because we had the best team in New York. No,
you didn't.
This day love them so much, and I miss them.
They don't like you, though.
So much, and I miss traveling to New York. I miss working on Bali, and the launch that we had, Oh.
The life of these people, eh? It's so crazy. They have so much money and fame. And like the next thing is, let's launch a brand so we can fly to New York and eat and just go out in the town and meet with strangers. It's just, I remember, I never even hear her ever talk about her kids in this type of way, by the way. Ever. And you know I'm right.
It was such good pieces. They were such good pieces.
It's fabric. Relax.
We were gonna launch. To this day, I wonder, I'm like, what if? But I don't.
What if what? Your sister didn't destroy the entire family? What if?
I don't know. I don't know if we would ever do anything with Bali again.
You can't. All of your followings have crashed and burned. So no, you can't. You're not gonna sell anything. Nobody likes you guys. Bonnie, you're a joke.
But I feel a little shaky.
Shut up.
Makes me sad.
Yeah.
We were
What should make you sad is what actually happened to those children, but that's for another video, I guess, or never.
trying to raise our families, and that has always been the most important thing for us. And Bali took
No, it hasn't. That's a lie. You're lying.
a lot of time and energy and effort. And so when our personal lives got uproared, and
Uproared. We were in the middle of remodeling the drug home. Kids were all being homeschooled. The drug home? We were in the middle of remodeling the drug home. What does that mean?
had a YouTube channel that we were trying to maintain, which we did a really good job of doing. It was kind of one of the first
What
things
does that mean? The drug home.
to go. Even though I loved it, it was something that had to take a back seat. And then the cookbook,
okay.
that was a really beautiful thing. That was a really personal and just a labor of true love.
So you can still, it still is what it is. It doesn't need to change just because you can't sell it to people anymore. It still exists. It's still a memory. It's still a book. What does it matter? She's lamenting that she cannot make money off this shit. That's what she's lamenting. That's what she's sad about, guys. Flying to New York, making shitty clothes, making more money, capitalizing on their fame and their YouTube shit. That's what she's lamenting. Not the fact that their family's destroyed.
It did really well. The book sold really well. Obviously, with my oldest sister being on the cover and throughout the book, we would never.
Really? What? I gotta see this shit. Oh, because she's on it. She's not the main character on it, but that's the family. Holy Mormons. Holy Aryan race, Batman. This is the sister. They all look the same. Even the dude looks the same. Why did she marry a guy who looks just like her dad? That's a bit weird, right? I've never seen this guy, actually. I've never looked at the Griffiths, the grandma and grandpa, never. Never even looked at a video, never once. But does he not look exactly like Kevin? That's all I'm saying. Not saying it's bad, I'm just saying Mormons. You know what I'm saying? That's funny.
Sell that again. I think that I would love to do a cookbook on my own. I get the same questions about the cookbook that I do about our robes, which is, do you have any that you could sell to us?
Why do you want to? The internet exists. Recipe exists. We need people still using cookbooks? No. Stop being so silly. And what she's saying is that one person reached out and said, I would really like a cookbook. One person. Okay? You know what? I'll send you the digital file.
I never got a chance, or something happened to it, or whatever. And so I would love to do a cookbook.
Please do it. So we can see you fail at something else.
And include all of the recipes in the back of the book without some of the pictures, and just have that in the back so that people that wanted those could have those in the back. But even then, I'm like, ugh. I don't know if I want to do that. And like Bali, I have so many wonderful memories of doing the cookbook, and it was something that I was really, really proud of, that now I don't get to have as an identifier with me.
Oh no. Thoughts and prayers. Mormon prayers though, so they're fake.
Now that
Thoughts and prayers and Mormon baptisms. Sorry. Mormons that believe in baptizing the dead is, if you guys think about this for a second from a theological perspective, it is so crazy because Mormons don't actually believe in the heaven of the Bible, right? They believe in the celestial kingdom, which is zero to do with the Bible. Ask a Mormon where they find the celestial kingdom in the Bible. Okay, because they will say, no, we believe in King James Version of the Bible. We believe in it. So then ask them to point out where the celestial kingdom is. Ask them to point out where Jesus is Satan's brother. Okay, ask them that. Ask them where Jesus is, married to, or that God impregnated Mary. I mean, he did, like, spiritually, obviously, like virgin birth, but like they believe that God came and met with Mary, and they're like, went clubbing and stuff. But just ask them all that. The theology is absolutely bananas about baptism. First of all, baptism, your salvation does not hinge on baptism, which is, again, unbiblical. Some people would argue that you need to be baptized to go to heaven. No, you do not. Okay, especially in the Christian world, some would argue that. Catholics believe that you can be baptized as a child. Absolutely bullshit. Okay, children will go to heaven anyway because they're innocent, in my opinion. You do not need to be baptized to go to heaven. Baptism is just an outward expression of your faith, saying publicly, I am a believer in Jesus, and this is how I'm going to show you guys. It's like a wedding, right? So you're making a covenant, and you're just like, I am following Jesus, and I'm telling the world, and this is my story, and I'm being baptized because that's what the Bible says you should do. You don't have to. Okay, the Bible says a lot of things that you should do. You don't have to. Okay, for salvation is what I'm saying, right? But Mormons believe, and this is crazy, guys. You guys, I know I've said this a million times about the Mormons, but they're the craziest, creepiest cult I've ever seen in my life, and the fact that people still believe it is actually mind-blowing to me, and I need to change some of your minds. Okay, do some research into baptism. But basically, people who did not get baptized as Mormons back in the day, and I'm talking as far back as Mormonism begins in their records, because they keep stringent records from, like, you know who you're related to as far back as the Mormons begin. Okay, that's how strong they keep their records. It's kind of cool if you think about it, but at the same time, it's also like, okay, well, this person didn't get baptized, so now we're gonna go in on their behalf, and we're gonna get into this tank that probably cost $1 million inside this church, and we're gonna baptize people. And children will do this, kids will do this on behalf of the dead so that they can get into the celestial kingdom. So you don't have to follow any of the rules or anything like that at all. Because later someone might just baptize for you. You might just have to float around with a taint in the outer darkness for a little while, but eventually someone will baptize for you. And you'll be like, oh, I'm in the kingdom, yay! It's such craziness. It just means that you don't have to have skin in the game at all. What if you wanted to float in the outer darkness, just you're hanging out there chilling, and then someone's like, oh, you baptized, now you have to go hang out with your family again that you didn't like. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. Baptism for the dead is absolutely satanic. I need you guys to know that. Okay? It's satanic.
Feel like I'm getting my feet back under me. I'm getting my mind straight again.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be really fun to do my own cookbook.
Me too. I'm doing a cookbook, and I keep promising you guys I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it. Okay, it's going to have all the recipes from Dr. D Dozen and all these people who create the grossest recipes online, and my own good ones. Farty meatballs. I'm going to do like a bunch of stuff that I love, my favorite recipes. I am going to do it, and I'll probably sell 6 copies, but I'm going to do it because I think it'd be fun. Okay, it's a parody cookbook making fun of these influencers who can't cook for shit. That's what it is. Okay, mixed with good stuff that I make.
I think that would be a really fun project for me. I was so scared to sit down and film this video, but I feel really good sitting here. I feel really happy. Yeah. I feel
you cried though.
For the first time in a very long time, I feel maybe hopeful for something positive and good in my future. There was for the last couple of years, there was not any hope of being happy again. There was no hope of having the strength or energy.
Shut up, Bonnie. Again, making it all about you. It's crazy.
To put towards a new project or to do anything good again. And
none of those things were good. It was pajamas. Relax. Okay, you're not saving the world with pajamas. Overpriced ass pajamas too, probably.
I am so...
How much were those things? Probably expensive.
Grateful that I can say and mean that there really is good times ahead, I think.
There isn't. Your channel's dead.
That's taken a lot of work to get to this point. You know that trend that says that it's like homesick for a place I'll never be able to go again? And it's like a picture of their grandparents, like them with their grandparents or something. I think about that so often.
Well, maybe if you didn't build your channel off the backs of your children and use child exploitation to get you where you are, karma might not have bit you right on the chin. You know what I'm saying? On your ass. Your chin ass. Okay? Maybe if you did things right and you weren't a tyrant and an asshole, did blanket training and treat your kids like shit, maybe you could have. Maybe you could have had a good legacy. But now your legacy is this. And you're so deserving of it, buddy. I love that for you.
There's this feeling that I get that it does feel like homesick for the life I had, and I feel like that is kind of how I feel with this Instagram bio. It's almost like frozen in time, like how happy I was, how thriving I was, and how successful I felt. And so I feel like by removing that it's just gone, even though it is gone.
It is gone.
That phase, that lifetime, that person is no longer here. But for the first time, I feel like I'm going to be able to replace it with something, and
you won't. You won't, Bonnie. Your shit's done, yo. Know when you're done. But you can't let go of it, because nobody's gonna tell Bonnie what Bonnie can do. Okay, we're just living in Bonnie's universe here.
Hopefully, it will be a positive, good thing.
It won't. I'll make fun of it.
And I don't know what that looks like yet, but I'm sure there is something good around the corner. Okay.
There isn't. Hope this helps. It's so funny. She still has nice comments. I mean, she deletes all the negative comments, so I don't even know why I checked. Anyway, sorry to hear about your loss, Bonnie. Actually, no, I don't care. I think it's funny. I think that you're silly. I think that the things that you lament are crazy, considering what happened in your family, and the things that you're so sad about are the wrong things. You could have been a real person and been on here and been like, you know what, this is crazy what my sister did. I probably would have made fun of you for doing that too, but like at the same time, you could have lamented other things. Like you could have just left the internet too, which is what you should have done, right? Should have taken a page from the other family's members' books you all left, basically. But no, you couldn't. You couldn't let it go, because this matters more to you than anything else. But your whole family now is tainted because of what your sister did, and y'all deserve it. I just need you to know that. Everybody, take a deep breath. Jazz hands. Bonnie crying. Changing links. Like craziness. Civil war's coming to your country and all you care about is Bali pajamas. Yeah, shut up. But I hope your fall's going well. Hope that November is going to be very nice for you. Don't forget to start setting up your Christmas decorations. I do it around the 12th after Remembrance Day. And I got that Santa coming in. I'm so excited. I'm excited for you too, because you know why? Because you're great. And you need to know that you're great. Maybe you don't hear it enough, but you're great. And I think you're special. Okay? You're some kind of something. Tell that to yourself. Say it right now. I'm some kind of something, because you are some kind of something. Because you're here helping me fight for kids. And you're awesome. Thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate you. I'll see you when I see you.